It's chilly. The temperature fighting its way to 50. Track temp 63. There's been just a little bit of sun this morning, but there's a breeze. Steady winds of 10 to 20, and earlier they were predicting gusts of up to 50 miles an hour.
Look at that American flag back there. I mean, that's a huge flag, and look at that thing, how it's waving in the wind. That's how hard the wind's blowing.
We will have a competition caution. It will come at lap 40 because of yesterday's rains, which eliminated practice, along with the Camping World Truck Race that will run after the Cup race today. They'll give them a competition caution.
I find it interesting that the pole sitter has a choice, inside or outside. Kyle Busch, that 18 car, he chose the outside. I don't think the outside will have any grip, but I think this may be a little bit of an agreement between he and his teammate, Denny Hamlin.
We always did that here. If it was a teammate or somebody, a buddy, we'd say, hey, dude, cut me a little slack on the start. Let me get down on that inside. That's why I asked Matt if there was any possibility of that happening.
Well, you see Kenseth's yellow car there in 6th. He had Chevrolets inside and in front of him, Gordon and Johnson, and the Ford of Logano just ahead on the inside. Meanwhile, his Toyota teammates own the front row, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, and here we go.
All right. Ready for 500 laps of short track racing. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs.
Kyle Busch from the outside won the battle down the straightaway for lap 1, and Jimmy Johnson snuck in the 2nd spot. The bump and run goes all the way to the back.
I got a car spun over here at 30 Park, and it looked like, I mean, you wouldn't believe how they bottlenecked up going into that corner, Mike.
That poor boy, every time I talk about somebody high-siding, getting stuck up over the curb, Parker Kliger.
Yeah,
we talk about, gee, hope nobody blows an inch. Parker Kliger. Hit the wall.
Parker Kliger got a lot of that action. There were cars just bamming into each other. It may have been a 30 car. Didn't see how it started, but it got bottlenecked there, and people were just slamming into each other.
It was like a giant accordion squeezing together.
Yes, sir.
As cars that were trying to get into that corner all got piled up, and Parker Kligerman's race doesn't last a lap. Now watch the 42 of Kyle Larson.
Now we're going off into turn 3 here. And up ahead, you'll see a bunch of cars in front of Kyle Larson. The 23, Menard, the 27, the 13, all of them were checking up. With nowhere to go and just started hammering on each other.
All it took was one driver to check up, and it was an accordion for about 5 or 6 drivers deep.
The cold tires, no grip in the racetrack. Everybody was really tippy-toeing down into that corner, and you can see the Parker got the worst end of the deal in the 30 car.
Jeff Hammond was standing right there.
And guys, the thing is, everything you said was exactly that. The accordion effect, he was right at the end of the line, taking her so high, he wheel hopped down into the corner, hit the back end of the car in front of him, and then he got spun across that curve that we already know about. He's hung up there right now at the safety work to try to get him pulled loose. I don't think the car's damaged that bad, but he is literally just stuck on top of the curve. I'm seeing about 3 or 4 drivers that are dragging part of the rear bumper. We saw Austin Dillon, Casey Mears, and the 13. There's a lot of them, they have parts and pieces hanging off the back of them.
You know, Ray, we used to come here, we put additional support in the back of the car and the front of the car, so we wouldn't have pieces flying off of it like that. A big roll bar across the back bumper so you could bam into it and not hurt it.
The 33 on pit road, work being done on David Stremmy's car. Now, you can pit during this caution. However, due to the competition caution at lap 40, you cannot add fuel to the car.
I think that's the transponder of the 3 car. I'm not sure if that's not what that is dragging along back there. It's what it looks like, some piece of equipment.
And if so, that would be the device that sends the signal to NASCAR's scoring. Every time that car goes past the start-finish line or one of the scoring loops, you cannot be scored without that in place.
All of those drivers are on pit road, including Casey Mears, Justin Allgaier, Martin Truex Jr., Casey Kane, and Austin Dillon. A lot of them with damage to the rear of the car.
Well, I think we saw it at the front of the field, Mike. Go ahead, Steve. What you got, buddy?
And Mike, Darrell, hearing that the 5 of Casey Kane, you see Austin Dillon on pit road, but the 5 of Casey Kane also has some damage. They want to tape up a hole that's just above a duct opening, so trouble early for Casey Kane, the 5.